What's going on, world? MrXsee coming to you with another CSR Racing 2 video. And today we're actually going to be live and we're going to take on the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk Supply Cup. Now, why is this the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk Supply Cup? Because that is the only Jeep that we have in the game. Now, this monster that you see right there is basically, it has a Hellcat engine in it. So it has the Dodge Hellcat with 707 horsepower underneath the hood, plenty of torque, and according to the CSR Racing 2 developers on their live call, they actually said that this car can beat the Dodge Demon in a 1-mile race. So that's why this car is actually a tier 4 car. Now, my only thing I have about that is, I'm curious, can the Hellcat run just as well in a 1-mile race as the Trackhawk, with it being a bigger and heavier car versus the Hellcat and the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. So currently this is my setup on my car. I have it set up with 35 upgrades out of 42, and I have 0 fusions on it. And it's in diamond black. I've ran 13.58 miles on it, and those mileage came from the previous supply cup. I was a lot hard-headed and didn't really want to lose the race to the cars, so I kept racing and kept trying to win. Without a lot of fusion on the car, it is going to be harder to complete, but that just adds to the fun. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in. If we go take a look at the tune setup, tune's going to tell us that upgrade is required because I have nothing on it. Everything is set up for stock. But if you actually take the opportunity to go in here and look, you can see I have the different parts on there. Starting with tires, I actually do have stage 6 available that I can fit to the car, and I'm not going to fit it just yet. I'll say that for the Prestige Cup races. Looking at the body, same way, stock. I have no fusions on any of these parts, so we're just going to run this with no fusions. And we're going to run it stock for a couple races. Then we're going to go ahead and start to change around and do different adjustments to the car and see how well it runs. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on in now. Let's knock out our first supply cup races. But with this being the day, we actually have something to take a look at first. Our token cup. Token cup comes out and it gives us 30,000 crew RP and 20 tokens. So I completed my races for the day, all 3 of them. They're quarter miles and they was listed as challenging, but I had no real challenge in those races. So let's go ahead and claim our 22,500 RP. This is going to be strictly for crew RP, not personal. And let's claim our 7,500 crew RP. And that's a total of 30,000 crew RP that just went to my crew for me as an individual racer. And now I'm going to pick up our 20 tokens. Go ahead and collect that. Let's jump on out and let's go to the supply cup. Got 25 races here. After the first 5 successful races, we get 2 uncommon G parts. Then after 10 more, that'll give us a 15 total. We're going to get 12,000 crew RP. And then after 10 more after that, for a grand total of 25, we get 2 more Jeep uncommon fusion parts. Now this is the last supply cup that we're going to have before Prestige Cup starts. So it's always the same format. Before Prestige Cup starts, we always get 2 sets of supply cups. Those 2 that we get offer up 4 uncommon fusion parts for that manufacturer. And then after the supply cup starts, we get 2 more set of supply cups. And those supply cups will give you a total of 4 rare, and it's going to get you 4 epic fusion parts. So for a grand total out of that, for the second half, the first half you get a grand total of 8 uncommon, and for the second half you get 4 rare and 4 epic. Now let's go ahead and go up against this Nissan S15. Now we should get pretty much goods and perfects here in order to win these races. I noticed that the first 10 races to close to 15 races are relatively easy. they start to get harder afterwards. So that Nissan Silvia S15 knocked it on out. I ran a little slow that time, but I still was able to win the race. Now make sure if you enjoy the videos that we create, feel free to comment. Always like to give feedback. Feel free to like, always like to get it. If there's things that you don't like, please provide some feedback about what you don't like and what we can do to make the videos better. But I always feel like subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And this is going to be a tough race for me to win because I got a slow start on there. There we go. That pulling away power there. Good job. But yeah, go ahead and feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. The videos that we create here is all for you, the followers and the subscribers. So if anybody wants to see anything, just go ahead and comment, subscribe. The majority of the videos that have been created are about the game itself, doing the Prestige Cup, now doing the Supply Cup, things like that, to show people, you know, how to play the game, how to get RP. I'm also going to look at bringing in some live races. Alright, so got a couple good shifts in, got a perfect shift, got another perfect shift, one more shift is going to come, make that a perfect, boom. Looks like I ran a 11.5 that time, could it be? Ooh, 11.593, nice. Collect that 203 RP. That all goes towards my personal on this one. It also accumulates inside of my crew. Alright, next up is the Hellcat. Ooh, Hellcat engine versus Hellcat engine. Let's see how we can do. Alright, perfect start. Got a little early shift there. Got some good shifting. Ooh, we got the lead, but I'm pulling away from him, pulling away. Good job, Trackhawk. Well, why don't you take a look at that? I'm all out of fuel. How am I supposed to accumulate any fusions if I ain't got any fuel to do any races with? So, drop 20 gold coins and got 10 more fuel pips. And let's go ahead and keep racing. Alrighty, another Hellcat we're gonna get the race against. This is the LB, the Liberty Walk Hellcat. So it has body kits on it. Got the little scoop wing on the front. Got the side kits on the tires. And it's just a mean looking little car. Not too little though. Fit pretty comfortably in there. One of my visits to family back at home a couple years ago, I rented one of these and it runs very nicely with that SRT and that more powerful engine underneath the hood. Wasn't able to get a Liberty Walk version of it, but had a regular old Hellcat, and yeah, a lot of power underneath the hood. You definitely have to pay attention while you're driving to make sure that you're not blowing past the speed limits that you have locally. Alright, now we got the Dodge. We got the Ford's GT Premium, the Mustang, and that one ran away from us. Oh, was I able to get the win? Oh, I pulled out the win, probably the same time. Nope, I won by 0.02 of a second. I'll take that win. I ran really slow though. What's going on, Devin? Welcome aboard. Glad you was able to come check out the stream there. So right now I'm running the car in a stock setup. There's no tuning at all. And ooh, the ACS2 Sport. These cars run pretty fast, so it's a good chance I'm about to lose this race. I ran into problems with these when I was racing on the Supply Cup the first time. It starts off real slow, and then you'll see it come streaking up the side there. It's like, oh no, I gotta win, oh, I was able to win. Yes, awesomeness. Nothing like getting a win. Wins are fun, but you know, this race is challenging. Anytime we get new manufacturers in the game, it always is challenging because you don't get a lot of fusion parts. If I was to max this car out, these races will all be easy, no problem at all. Without it being maxed, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. And that's an orange Hellcat that we got over there. Looking kind of nice. Hey Alpha Warrior, I'm from America. Is that what you're asking for? Like, where am I from country-wise, or are you asking for somewhere else? We don't discuss hacking around here because we don't participate in hacking. We play this game as gamers. We play this game to just simply do our best. And it's relatively difficult at the beginning stages, and it gets easier. Here go a regular SRT Hellcat as you play the game more. So if you want hacking advice, this is the wrong channel to get it from. We don't talk about it, but we do play the game legit here. So I don't have any answers for you about hacking of the game, but there's plenty of information about hacking online if that's what you're interested in. But that's not something that we're going to be able to have any discussion about over here. I'm not doing a PC before you. I'm doing the Supply Cup. See, it's 25 races at the bottom, not 30, 25. In the Prestige Cup, you will not be running that with stock car at all. The Prestige Cup, never you're able to win with a stock vehicle. This is the Supply Cup, and I'm racing against a SRT Hellcat now, Tier 3. And let's see, another good shift. Let's go ahead and pull out a perfect shift, the last one, as we pull away. Yep, I am in a different time zone, but I'm not doing a Prestige Cup. This is the Supply Cup. So, Jeep Grand Cherokee. I have 35 upgrades on it, 0 fusion. At the top, it shows you 501 as the PP with no EV. As you can see, I'm sitting at stock. Everything wants me to fit the upgrades. And once I go to the map, you can see it's the Supply Cup that I'm running on. The Prestige Cup starts in 8 hours and 28 minutes. And at 8 hours and 28 minutes is for everybody. We all start the Prestige Cup at the same time, just like we all have the same weekly and the same crew championship. There is no difference based off of time zones on these information. All these are controlled from the server. So no one's starting the Prestige Cup before anybody else is starting it. And no one gets to complete this Prestige Cup before anybody else. Since you asked about the Bugatti, this is one of my Bugattis that I have. The Chiron in French Racing Blue with 42 of 42 upgrades and 88 of 128 fusions. And I'll show you the other Bugatti that I have. And if you want to see the third Bugatti that I have, check out any of my videos. Many of them I actually start the races out with the Bugatti. Can't remember where the other Bugatti's at. Is it at the end? I didn't sell it. Oh, there it is. It's on the same screen. Duh, big dummy. Pay attention. And this is the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport in dark blue tinted carbon with white silver. I have 42 of 42 upgrades and 116 out of 128 fusions on it. So those are my two Bugattis that I have. They actually sit side by side. That's pretty neat. I'm going to have to fix that in my garage so I can sit next to them more often. Let's go ahead and change car back to the Trackhawk. I'm going to do a couple races, and then I'm going to actually fit the upgrades on there, and we're going to do some tuning. So for people who are not familiar with the game, you can upgrade your car and downgrade your car once you purchase the upgrades, and you can adjust it based off of however you want to. So next we're going to do it with stage 3 and do a couple of these races and see how easy or how hard it is. This against the BMW M4. Got a good start, but sitting right there on my side. We're running neck and neck. There it goes, passing me up, and I just passed it. Booyah! I won. Haha. Let's see if we can get to race 15 running it as stock, and then we'll do some adjustments there. Try to change it up. They may be great cars in person, in real life, inside the game. The Bugatti cars are actually slower than the majority of the other Tier 5 cars. Natural Motion decided that there are low Tier 5 cars instead of high Tier 5 cars. So when they're fully maxed out, they run anywhere between 9.4 seconds and 9.8 seconds. The Chiron, the Bugatti, and then the last Chiron that's in the game, the Chiron Red. Or the last Bugatti in the game, which is the Chiron Red. If you want to join my crew, you got to send a request, and if you match up with the requirements, you're more than welcome to be accepted. Joining my crew is a question people ask often, and most people don't take the time to send a request to get considered and join. I have had a few members come join and then they wind up leaving for whatever reason. What's wrong with your crew that you want to leave it? Come on, stay ahead, stay ahead. Yes, this supply cup is easier than the last one. But also, Devin, if you're into hacking, you're not going to be accepted into our crew. Our crew is all legit. All we aim for is to reach the milestone 1 prize, and cheaters and hacks minimize your chances of being able to win the milestone. Because once you get kicked out, all your RP leaves with you. So if you have 100,000 or 200,000 RP, then it's not that big of a deal. But if you got 3 million, 4 million, or 5 million RP, then it's a big deal with you leaving. So if you want to cheat, by all means cheat, but many crews are not going to want you on their crew. Well, if your crew is currently not working out for you because they're not racing or participating the way that you need them to participate, there's a lot of crews that you can participate in. Feel free to leave your crew. Feel free to go explore and find other crews to become a member in. And I wound up losing that race. Bad start equals a bad finish. But it's real easy to leave your crew. It's real easy to find other crews to go to. Leaving your crew is easy. Once you go into the crew hangout, you click on the bottom right corner where it says Manage. Then you click on the Manage tab. And once you click on the Manage tab, there's an option to leave crew that shows up. So if your crew is doing that bad and you don't want to stick around, then by all means, leave them. Go find you another crew to join. And you can also leave by getting an invite from another crew and accepting that invite. Oh no, I don't have a lot of money. I have money, but I don't have a lot of money. I've actually accumulated a lot more money than this. I've actually had 50 million a couple live streams ago, and someone was asking me why did I need more money, and I'm like, because cash rules everything in the game. You need cash to buy everything. I have this from saving. I've been playing the game for a long time. Just in case you didn't notice, I am a higher ranked player. What, I'm gonna lose again? I can't get this thing to run slow. Jeez. Alright, and the time that it's running is not a fast time. But hey. So yeah, I'm not a high ranked player. I am higher. There's people in the thousands. And even higher than that. Gotta get this race win in. Come on, come on. There you go. It moved ahead. Took the win. There we go. But no, there's racers in the game who race a lot more than me, who have a lot more money than me. And the money that I have is not from hacking or cheating or anything like that. It's from accumulating wins. Just like this is an example. These races here are worth $12,000 each, plus whatever I get for shifting and things like that. So you do 20 of these races, you're looking at over $100,000. It's actually 25. So you're looking at close to $200,000 that you get to make. You do a lot of live racing. And with the live races, you get to accumulate income for the races based on what tier you're on. So if you're on tier 1, you earn a lower amount of money per race. You're on tier 5, you earn more money per race. Now that doesn't differentiate with bets. Bets are completely independent of it. But betting, I only advise to people if you have money that you can lose. I see people all the time coming global and talk about, I lost all my money. And it's like, don't bet if you don't have the money. Cut and dry. If you got $20,000 or $30,000, don't bet all your money. You know, if you got $1 million or $2 million, then by all means feel free to bet. But don't bet all your money because you can potentially lose that race and lose all your money. So you haven't noticed what my crew name is? Look at this. 12,000 crew RP. Hoo-hoo. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, my crew name is right there. You won't get your cars? Which cars would you not get? Because the people I know that transfer their accounts, their whole garage is transferred over. They didn't have any problems. So I'm not for sure what problem you're experiencing there, Anonymous Game. By the way, welcome to the live stream. Sound like maybe something else is going on, and that's why you won't be able to get your cars there, because you should be able to get your cars. I haven't had anybody have any problems with getting their cars. So once again, for people who's asking, what's the name of my crew name is Midnight Kings. And we currently have 9,370,386,000 RP. And globally, we are ranked 1,373. And this is before Prestige Cup. And I don't have any requests to accept at this moment in time from anybody. I just have requests if someone requested me to come join their crew. All right, let's go ahead and put this at stage 4, because stage 4, then I can properly tune everything. Stage 5, I can properly tune everything as well, but we're just going to do stage 3. We're going to do some races with stage 3. All right. So with stage 4 on, new rule, very interesting. I guess people were abusing the opportunity of transferring accounts. I have no clue. That sounds completely weird. So now my car went from 501 for my PP to 604 with stage 4. So from stock to stage 4, I gained a little bit less than 100 PP value. And now we can actually tune it. So as you can see with tuning it, my values over there go up. That's my EV values. So originally it was at 0. And just by sliding the slider, the number goes up. Now you can slide the slider the other way and the number goes down. So just like that, now I got negative values on my EV. And the same thing with tuning. We can make it real funky. We can make it real whack and crazy. You know, the goal is to tune it to get positive EV numbers. But we're going to tinker around and we're going to do a couple races with negative EV values instead of positive EV values. Let's make it 65. Let's go for a negative value of 400. Why not? This is just for fun. See what we can do. 426. Let's make the NOS over here. Since real, let's just make it negative 500. Let's go for it. Were you looking when I showed how many points my crew had? Because I just showed it a few minutes ago before I put the upgrades on the car. And I even read it. So you got to pay attention. So we're at negative 502 for our EV value. That's going to make the car not work optimally. It's going to work bad in comparison to having positive values. But we're going to go ahead and do the supply cup and just have fun with this. So weird wacky tune, stage 4, no fusions. Still once again no fusions on it. But so I guess at that point, Anonymous, again, you have to decide, is it worth getting the car and transitioning over, you know, staying with iPhone and Apple that you transition to, or going back to your Android device? Because I personally would want to keep my cars. That's the whole purpose. Since you get to keep your cash and your gold, does the storyline continue for you, or do you start from the beginning? Because starting the storyline over with the cash and gold and keys and things like that, that can actually make it a little bit more interesting. But if you continue the storyline where you're currently at, but you have no cars, then that wouldn't be any fun. Alright. Alright, so this car is tuned. All weird and funky. And look at that, I was able to win. Hoo-hoo! It's tuned weird and funky and I won. I have a negative 502 for my EV. And I run pretty much the same time as I did with stock. No, what time did I run with stock? I think this is the same time as I ran with stock. I think this was the exact same value as stock that I ran with time. So this is hilarious. I tuned the car to run stock with stage 4. Alright, so instead I hit the NOS earlier. Oh no, the car's about to pass me. It passed me. Boo! How slow did I run? I ran just about the same time. That car just ran faster. My crew has over 9 million points. You gotta pay attention when I show that information because other people that's watching the stream don't want to watch the same thing over and over. Alright, let's go ahead and try to do it again. Alright, this time we fired the NOS at 3rd gear. Here it comes. Here it comes. Can I still win? Can I still win? Can I still win? Oh, I lost. It got ahead of me just at the last second there. Let's go ahead and try it again. Yeah, fusions is important as well. So that'd be even funner if they start you over, give you all your fusions in your inventory. So all your keys and everything, that could be fun starting over. Just see how well you can do. Can I do it? 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 Oh, nope, didn't do it. Lost again. All right, let's go ahead and try it again. This is fun. The ironic part about it is it seems like both of us are driving the exact same time each time. I know the bot's gonna always race the same time, but I find it interesting that I'm running the same time. Come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Nope, didn't win. Ran a little bit faster that time. Instead of 142, it was 137. All right, we're gonna try it again. And this is why I burned all that fuel in all those races, because I get stubborn. I can very well go out and get a different car that runs a little bit slower the race against me, but instead, I won. I keep racing and keep racing until I can finally get a little bit faster. And at that point in time, I ran 2 thousandths of a second faster. What type of inventory did you have there, Anonymous Gang? Do you recall? You know, were all your cars fully upgraded or anything like that? You know, what all did you have going on with your inventory? I know my personal inventory is pretty expansive, but I've been playing the game forever, it seems like. So my inventory is different than other people's. Alrighty. Woohoo! My negative tune is working. Look at that. 11153. Yep, if you go back and look at my Milestone 1 videos, the very first one, I think is season 21 to 26, you can see the McLaren P1 GTR in that video. Alright, let's see, come on, come on. You can do it, it's the last fuel pip. You can pull out this win. Awesome! Alright, 19 races down. I only burned too much fuel. But let's go ahead and jump to the garage and let's change this tune. Let's do it with with stage 5 now. Yeah, so currently I have this many garages worth of cars. So I have 23 garages worth of cars that are all non-duplicate, plus these additional 4. So anybody got a calculator out there? Anybody can do some quick math? 23 times 6 gets us a total of 138 cars, plus 4 more puts us at 142 cars. So that's how many cars I have. I have 142 cars, and all of them are on stage 5 to stage 6. Alright, let's see here. Fit the part, fit the part, fit the part. So that's all I have for this car is tires? Okay, for some reason I thought I had more than just tires. Nope, the McLaren P1 GTR is not the fastest in the game. If you want to look at the fastest cars in competition in the game, you go to Facebook and look up the Elite Race Wars, Phoenix Rising, the CSR 2 community. You can join there, and they actually have spreadsheets with the documentation of the fastest cars that are out there and what people are actually running on them. So I have a bunch of uncommons for the Jeep, but I have some rares. I got 4 rare engines and I got 1 epic transmission. But like my Alfa Romeo, if they ever put another Alfa Romeo in the game, I got plenty of fusions for it. They just keep giving me, it's like there's only one not Alfa Romeo, Fiat Abarth. There's only one in the game. I don't need all these parts, and I used to sell parts for them. Same thing with the Alfa Romeo. I got a whole bunch of parts for it, and they don't have more than one of it in the game. Aston Martin, I've dropped a lot of my parts on my Aston Martins that I have, so I don't have that many parts there. Audi, I dropped a lot on there, so I'm out of epics because there's 3 Audis in the game. There's 2 of them at tier 3 and 1 of them at tier 4. Actually, no, there's 4 now. Because there's a tier 4 and a tier 5, and they got 2 at tier 3. So there's 4 of them, so that's where all my epic parts are going. But as usual, got a whole lot of uncommon parts. The Bach Mono, very few parts I get for that car, so unfortunately all I have is epics, and I only have the epic because I don't have any rare or uncommon to put onto the car. Only one of those. And Bentley, same thing, a whole lot of uncommons, a good amount of rares, but not that many epics because my only Bentley that I have a lot of parts on there. So let's go ahead and jump back in. Let's retune this car. We're going to down tune some of the negative EV. So instead of it being negative 564, let's go ahead and pull this back some. Let's make it say negative 200. Final drive. Nope, went too far. Let's see. Nope, it all gets positive over there. Okay. Alright. So now we're going for the negative 254 range. Hey Devin, you really should take a look at my videos. I have all the answers to those questions already. And there's a ton of videos out about what the fastest car in the game and when it came out and everybody's opinion on it. How long have you been playing the game, Devin? First tier 5 car. Do I win the race? Nope. I lost against the Liberty Walk Aventador. I actually have a shot at winning that if I actually know how to drive it with this tune. Alright, let's drop some more fuel and let's do some more races. Well, they're going to give you the car, but they're not going to give you the fusions. Isn't the car better with the fusions? Oh. Alright, let's go ahead and try that again. I ran slower that time. So I think I need to fire the nitro later. This big old giant heavy car. There we go. Fired the nitrous later, picked up the win. Well, if you've been playing the game since it came out, you should. Ooh. So you have well over a year and a half into the game. If you've been playing it since it first came out, you might have missed the last 3 months, but you should have a lot more knowledge about the different aspects of the game if you've been playing it for that long. Devin. Say your name right. Devin? Or is it Devon? Another Liberty Walk Aventador. I think they put me up against that car again to torment me. See, look, it's running much faster. I lost. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to the garage and let's go back in and get another car to race against. Great, they make it hard. Alrighty, 2015 GTR or 2017 GTR, Tier 4 car. There it goes, passing me on up. Why? Why must I be tormented? Get the P1 GTR for what? There it comes, passing me up. Since this live stream is for the Jeep Grand Cherokee Supply Cup, the Jeep Supply Cup with the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, I will not be racing in this live stream with the McLaren P1 GTR. Maybe you should get the McLaren P1 GTR and you can race in it. And maybe you can use it for your supply cup for the Jeep. Am I gonna lose again? Yep, I lost again. I lost again! I gotta figure out when to properly hit the mouse on this car, because I should be able to run probably a 10.0, 10 dot something like that. And that's why I'm losing these races. Maybe it's a bad start. Well, I lost, what, 4 straight races? Let's go ahead and try again. A different car. See if we can get different results. The Hyra Roadster. Let's see. Can we do it? Nope, can't do it. That's a 10.3 that I just ran? And that ran slower than the last ones. Alright, that time I hit the mouse between second and third. And it's still not getting me enough. I ran faster, but not fast enough. Do I need to put it back at stock so I can actually win a race? Lost. Again. Oh, that's hilarious. I can't win a race. Alright, this doesn't work. I'm going to put it back in stock. Got to at least win a race. Looking bad for you guys. supposed to be my cheering squad, and I'm supposed to be doing good for you guys to make it easy for you to cheer for me. And I'm doing bad. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put this puppy back at stock. See what we can do. Because that tune was garbage. Stock. Stock. We like stock around here. Well, being that you say on my next video I should race you, you give me nothing to race you with, but typically the videos are pre-recorded. They're not something that I can pre-plan per se. Since I don't know you, I can't just plan to race you and record me racing you. But I don't even know what you want to race for me to race you. Got to give up a little bit more information there. Alright, I thought I would have been able to be done with these races by now. But instead, I'm being taught bad lessons. F40, that means I gotta get a good lead on them. Alright, I got a moderate lead, but there it goes. And it just passed me up. Bummer! That's 10 straight losses or 11 straight losses? Alright, I'm feeling real bad. I'm looking real bad. My palms are all sweaty. And all I'm doing is taking L's. Come on, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Up. Oh. I shifted bad on the last time. I might have had it. I might have had it. I was close to it. I was feeling good about that. Alright. Come on. Come on. You're almost there. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, yes. Hooray. I've played only the games that are in my videos. I gotta win. Feel real differently about this now. First few races, it was looking pretty good. Now they torment me. Lost 12 races straight. Probably closer to 13. It's the same thing they did with the Liberty Aventador that I raced against. As soon as I finally beat it, they put me up against it again and I lost. But this time I won back to back. Woohoo! I'm on a winning streak. Awesome. That's back-to-back wins. Now I feel a little bit better. Doesn't make up for 13 straight losses though. You think you can fit in the F40? Those type of cars, those French, Italian, and those European supercars, they're not made for the average everyday people. I think they're made for people to be between 5'8" and 6 feet and probably 160 to 190 pounds. And I lost. So if you're tall or large, oh wow, sucker ran 11.7. I should have went back to the garage instead of rematching this because I'm not running 11.5. This is a waste of a fuel pip. Are you taller than 6 feet? Alrighty, the RS5 Coupe. Let's see if I can win. Got a good start, but I lost. Huh. I was able to make a comeback. Awesome. I'll take that. Gotta start off better though. Can't be having those bad starts. Well, if you're not for sure on your height, then can't tell you. Camaro SS. Come on. Come on, catch up with it. Catch up with it. There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right. Now let's see if I can collect my last 2 fusions. The uncommon in the dreaded last race. Uh-oh, the LB M4 Coupe. That's Amelia's car. Started off kind of bad. Shifting is a little erratic. There it goes, passing me up. Can I keep it? Can I keep it? Cha-ching! Awesome! Great. Knocked it out the park. Only took me, what, 50 races? All that just to collect my uncommon fusion. Awesome. Alright, so back to the garage. Show off my fancy smancy. I'm going to go ahead and refit it back to stage 5. Because the next time I'll be racing this thing will be the Prestige Cup. For all 30 races on it. Typically I start out the Prestige Cup with stage 3. But I typically put the fusions on, and I'm not going to put the fusions just yet. I'm going to wait for that. Alright, so I'm missing tires for my fusion still. No uncommon tires. Which is kind of painful since my stage 6 is uncommon is tires. Oh, that's good stuff there. I don't actually have a dream car. Alright. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. Because this live stream was about that car there. That diamond black beauty that is visually there. Which is our Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. And I successfully completed all of my supply cup races, all 25, utilizing that car. I had some good success with it in stock. I had some good success with it actually running at stage 4 with the little weird funky tune that I put on there. I didn't have much success at all. Actually, it was stage 3. I didn't have much success at all with stage 5 with the little weird tune that I put on there. So if you're out there and you're working on your challenge there and you can't seem to knock out those races, use it at stock. Don't be afraid to, when you take those losses, to go back to the garage and then go back into the race to get a different car, because there's a good chance that you're going to be able to get another car that you can race against that very well could be slower, and it also could be faster. So with that being said, this is MrXsee signing off. You guys have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening. And remember, keep your tires to the asphalt. Peace.